Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing our first review for the final 6 episodes, the ending for AMC's original Fear of the Walking Dead Season 8. This is for episode 7 now. It's called Anton. Alright dudes, an impossible spoiler warning. If you've not seen this episode yet, you're going to want to watch it soon. So this is the first episode in the last 6 episodes for the ending for Fear of the Walking Dead. And I think they're doing a double episode finale in the last week, which I think is about a month from now, 4 weeks from now. You'll see the last 2 episodes back to back on the same Sunday night. So they're basically wrapping it up. We got to see the first half of season 8 back, and I think it was about May to June-ish before Dead City. Now we've seen The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon's first season, 6 episodes, and they're pretty extended, so it's almost like 9 episodes. They're longer episodes than we're used to, and now we're getting to see the wrap up, the second half of that season 8 for Fear of the Walking Dead. And definitely, I did a video this summer saying that I think it's the right decision. It's time to wrap up the series. It's time to end it. We saw the exit of Lenny James as Morgan in the first half, some character deaths and such. If you've seen the episodes, you know which ones. I won't really spoil for this one too, because I know a lot of people haven't seen the first half to season 8. But this is basically the wrap up for the OG characters for Fear of the Walking Dead. I think it makes sense to have them come back for these 6 episodes. They're only 6. It's not 8 episodes like usual. And like I said, the final one will be a double. So it's really like 5 weeks for new episodes for Fear of the Walking Dead to finish off season 8 with its final 6 episodes. See things kind of wrap up here. So I think it's the right decision. Season 8, they did a lot of episodes of Fear of the Walking Dead. They had seasons that were 16 episode seasons where you just had a ton of episodes of that, a ton of episodes, the original Walking Dead series. You put them together, you get like more than half of the weeks of the year, 32 weeks a year of episodes. And then they did Tales of the Walking Dead. They did World Beyond on top of that. So we certainly got to see a lot of Walking Dead. AMC really used that license from the comic and really gave us a lot. And I think Fear of the Walking Dead has had an incredible run. 8 seasons with the amount of episodes they did is way more than I thought they would get. I thought maybe 3 seasons, maybe 4 maximum, and that would probably be it for this companion series. But no, we got to see 8 full seasons of Fear of the Walking Dead, which is really impressive, and I think that everybody involved should be proud that they were able to do that many. It's over 100 episodes of 40 1-hour blocks, episodes. So seeing things wrap up here, we see the return from the trailer of Troy and Otto from season 3. He was one of the, I don't want to say a villain from season 3. He was a character in season 3, a little bit here and there. Sometimes maybe he felt like a villain, sometimes he didn't. It was a little bit mixed. But season 3 is typically referred to as the best season of Fear of the Walking Dead. And I've seen some people even say that it was better than what The Walking Dead was doing at the time. So when you had season 3 hit, it was, I think, around like season 7, season 8 of the original Walking Dead series. And in comparison, season 3 was so good of Fear of the Walking Dead that a lot of people thought it was even better than what you saw in the original Walking Dead series at the time. Now, that was at the time. I think since then, I don't think almost anybody has really thought that, the seasons 4 through 8 now have been better than their corresponding Walking Dead seasons. When you line them up year to year against each other. Maybe season 6 is the best season after season 3, so you go like 3, 6 are the best, and now we're seeing 8, which really just feels like kind of a wrap up. I don't think it'll go down as the best season because it's limited, doesn't have as many episodes, and a lot of it has to do with the exits of characters like Morgan, right? So just kind of wrapping things up, setting things up if they want to bring Morgan into the Rick spinoff series or one of the other spinoffs or a different show or something. They have the option to do that. He splits off a separate way. It's not like he goes with the Fear crew to leave. He's off going his own way, so we could see him in the Rick spinoff series later, or something else Walking Dead related. Now, as far as the Fear of the Walking Dead crew, I don't think we're going to be seeing them after this. I think that this is probably the last that we'll see of the Fear crew. You guys can leave a comment below what you think about Madison, Strand, all the others, depending on who will be alive in the end episode. In this one, it's sort of revealed that maybe Alicia has been killed by Troy. At least that's what he says, and he does have her amputated arm. Which is kind of a big reveal for this episode for him to say. Is it true? Is it not true? We don't really know. It's off screen. He could be lying. We don't. We'll have to see in these last 4 weeks coming up. These last 5 episodes with the double at the end. Be nice to see a return for the last episode if they can do that. If not, and that's kind of the way that things end off, and that's how she's killed off kind of off screen. That it's a bit unfortunate, but sometimes that happens if someone has to leave for other series or something. Fear of the Walking Dead has been riddled with that since it started. You had Travis leave, you had Nick who wanted to leave, so they had a lot of people who wanted to leave for other projects and do other things. So they had to essentially write them out. I guess with Alicia, maybe it'll turn out the same way. Or maybe we could see a return in the final episode and it turns out Troy was actually lying and somehow she got away but lost the arm or something. So we'll see how things go. I think that this first episode is a good one out of the final 6. It's really good. The first half of it, though, is a bit slow, but once Troy shows up near the end of the episode here in the back, maybe the third act or like the final part to the episode, things really get tense, really picks up. Daniel intervenes, and you have the groups kind of split off, but it's a great sort of start off of a final 6 for Troy as the final villain, Madison kind of as the lead. Now that Morgan's gone, now that you have Alicia gone, you have Madison in that lead role again, which she kind of was that way to start with, so it's really good. It's just unfortunate for Fear as you're watching these episodes because there are so few of those original characters left. It really makes sense that they brought Troy back just to have more of those older characters. It really adds to it. Madison being brought back too also adds to it. It feels like they kind of had to do that because if they didn't do that, they don't really have even a half season of material, as far as I can tell. You're not going to have a half season based on Daniel and Strand and Luciana or someone like that. Maybe Dwight and Sherry. Maybe Dwight and Sherry you could kind of use for last 6, but I guess that's probably what you would have to do if you didn't have Madison. But it makes more sense to have Madison come back and see kind of a versus with Troy and then see how things finish off. I won't touch much on the stuff with Strand in this one. He's developed a new persona, calls himself Anton. He's adopted like a son or what have you. And he's doing his thing, kind of a new persona. I just kind of had it with Strand because he's been so wishy-washy back and forth a million times throughout the series. I really felt like at the end of season 7, probably should have been his final episodes. I feel like he probably should have been, killed off after the stuff with the tower and all that stuff because he was a good villain. You kind of feel like that should probably be his final arc. In this way, we get to see him back again with Madison a little bit. He wasn't in the first half of season 8, so he wasn't there for those 6 episodes with Morgan. I've seen enough of him as a character. I don't think we need to see any more from him. Too many times he's gone back and forth. You kind of want to see for a character arc, a character start one way, maybe they change their ways, or they try to change, they go back, they get set in their ways. And I feel like with Fear the Walking Dead, with Morgan as well too, they kind of had go back in clear mode and stuff. It's sort of like, okay, maybe, but you're kind of probably just as a result of the amount of episodes they've done, but you have these characters that are going back and forth, consistently. So they're not like, you kind of want to see one and then maybe they switch, change their ways, and that's how they finish off, or vice versa. Or maybe if you go back and forth once, that's okay, like good guy, bad guy, and then maybe back to good guy in the end or something like that. Something along those lines. But the amount of wishy-washy back and forth with Strand is like, I just don't even know. But it's good to see Madison back. It's good to get these time and these episodes with her to finish off the series in a strong way. And it looks like they're going to do that with Troy. So I thought this was a great first episode. I'm going to give it... Let's do an 8 out of 10 for this one. It's a really good first episode for the last 6 episodes. Let's see how the rest turn out. I won't go into much more detail about the episode than that because we are at the end of things. So I just more want to get the gist of the scenario, kind of see what they do with these final episodes, and then let's wrap it up. I'm not too into the micro or the minutia of. I just want to see kind of how things wrap up. Is Alicia dead for good? Is she going to come back for a reuniting scene with Madison, a happy ending? That'd be nice for Fear the Walking Dead. If not, what can they do to give us a finish-off ending or something? Will Strand survive the whole thing? Will you have kind of a big character death at the end, something like Rosita in the original Walking Dead TV series? Maybe Strand will be that, or maybe one of the others. Maybe these final episodes are a final arc for him to fully change his ways, sacrifice himself for the group, or something like that. So we'll see how things end off here for Fear the Walking Dead. A good start to these last 6. And excited to see, especially the last 2, to see how things finish off because we have covered it every year during the summer times it was on. I thought the summertime was a great time for it to air. This is a bit weird that they switched it to the middle, to fall, middle of fall. as time slots. I almost feel like each year to year, I would have preferred them to have a set spot for Fear, although the shutdowns and stuff, pandemic and stuff, all switch things around. But I almost would have liked for it to have had a set time each year that you kind of know you're going to watch it and you see it through. But they've switched it around a lot, done what they did, paired it up with Daryl and Dead City, paired it up with other seasons of Walking Dead. They did what they had to do to make it work, and it did work for a while, but definitely now it's time to wrap. So if you like this review, please thumb it up below, share, favorite, subscribe at the bottom, and I'll see you guys again soon for another video. As always, it's Trev saying peace there, guys. See you soon.